Recap: a tired 22-year-old physics student finishes a late shift in a mall restaurant and finds the exit locked. After calling security, he watches as a distant guard approaches, and then a masked figure in running clothes steps from the shadows and attacks without warning. What follows is a desperate flight through empty corridors, a terrifying hunt by a relentless psychopath behind a clown mask, and a brutal chain of confrontations inside the deserted mall. Will he survive the night? And what will he do when faced with a weapon he never wanted to use? Keep watching to find out. Chapter 1. Closing Time. I remember wiping down the last table and turning the sign that said closed. It was one of those late Saturday nights when the mall felt like a different world. Quiet, empty, and a little too cold. I was 22, studying physics at the university, working weekends to keep rent paid. My apron was folded at my waist, my hoodie still warm from the night, and I just wanted to get home and sleep. The exit door was locked. At first I thought it was a mistake. Someone must have hit the auto lock. I tried the doors, then the back hallway, then the service exit. Nothing. I called security from the kiosk because my phone had a poor signal behind the food court pillars. The dispatcher said someone would be there in a few minutes. I leaned against the glass and tried not to let the silence gnaw at me. Then, across the atrium, I saw movement. A lone security guard, uniformed and walking toward me under the strip lights. Relief flooded me, but it was short-lived. From the shadows behind him a figure stepped out, tall, quick, dressed like a runner but wearing a grotesque clown mask. There was no sound, just a small, chilling stillness before everything unraveled. Chapter 2. The First Cut. I saw it happen too fast to process. The masked runner, she moved behind the guard like a shadow swallowing light. 1 second the guard was there, the next he was on the floor. I couldn't believe my eyes. He crumpled, and the mask glinted under the mall lights. She didn't say a word. She moved with terrifying purpose, like someone executing a plan she had practiced 1,000 times. I dropped my phone. The sound of it hitting tile seemed obscene in that silence. My first instinct was to help, to run in and stop her. But fear rooted me. She was already turning, and when she saw me she didn't hesitate. Her head tilted in a way that looked almost curious. Then she started coming toward me. I ran. The mall became a maze of storefronts and glossy tiles. Doors were locked, lights flickered, and mannequins stared with frozen faces. Every corridor felt like a choice between life and something worse. She chased without shouting, without pausing. If someone was alone in a shop, she found them. Screams rose, then fell. The sound of her steps behind me was steady, patient, murderous. Chapter 3. Empty Halls. I remember thinking about escape routes as if solving a physics problem. Angles, momentum, where inertia would carry me faster. I ducked into an electronics store, lights glowing with blue from turned-off screens. I looked at the mall map poster and tried to calculate where she couldn't get me quickly. But she didn't need calculations. She had an animal's patience. I heard her like a distant clock, regular, close, inevitable. I tried barricading a door with a display cart, shoved a promotional stand into a corridor, anything to slow her. It bought me seconds that felt like hours. I found the guard later. He wasn't moving, and the sight of him made something cold settle in my chest. The holster on his belt was empty. The pistol lay on the ground a little way off, as if someone had dropped it in a rush. I never wanted to touch a gun in my life. Physics taught me about trajectories and energy, not killing. But there was a weight in my hand that felt like the only rational thing left in the world. Chapter 4. Physics of Survival. Holding that pistol, I thought of every class where we calculated angles and velocity. The same principles applied, I told myself, only this time the variables included a human heartbeat and a masked face. I slid into the food court with a pistol hidden and my breath loud in my ears. She loomed at the far end, a smear of color in a clown mask, running jacket dark with dust or worse. When she turned and saw me, it was like the air changed. There was no bargaining. I raised the pistol because the choice was binary. Stop her now, or run and die trying. I remember squeezing the trigger, the recoil, the way sound ripped through the empty glass. She stumbled backward. For a moment the world narrowed to a pinpoint of terror and relief. Then she fell. Chapter 5. After the shot. I dropped the pistol as if it burned my hand. The mall felt too loud, and then too quiet. Sirens started far away, then closer. People who had hidden came out slowly, their faces pale and raw. Paramedics and police flooded the atrium, lights flashing on reflective surfaces. I sat on a bench and watched as they covered her, as if doing what needed to be done could stitch the night back together. They asked me questions, their voices neat and businesslike. I answered in small, precise sentences because my hands shook and I couldn't trust anything bigger than facts. They zipped an evidence bag over the body. For a moment I felt something like closure. The terror had shape. It was contained in a bag. I wanted to collapse into sleep and never wake up. Chapter 6. The Vanishing. Later, when things had slowed, when duffel bags and tape and quiet conversations replaced the chaos, I looked back at the place where they'd bagged her. The bag was there. The floor was marked with scuffs and a smear of something that hadn't been there before. We were outside now, under the harsh halogen of the service entrance, and someone said we should go home, get rest. I glanced one last time through the glass doors. The bag on the stretcher, the cluster of officers, the bright tape, then a gap where no gap should have been. The bag was gone. I blinked. An officer swore under his breath and searched, but there was nothing. No movement in the sealed corridor. No sign of how a body had disappeared from under watchful hands. My mind offered explanations and none fit. Equipment misplaced. A grave mistake. A trick of light. But when I left that night, I carried with me the memory of her mask, the shape of her running jacket, and the impossible image of an empty stretcher. The physics I loved had never prepared me for a thing that could vanish without a trace. If you like this story, please subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, give this video a like, leave a comment with your thoughts, and share the video with friends who love dark thrillers.